I've received a few comments on the way I play Minecraft, the different texture packs and mods that I use to enhance my gameplay without changing the overall vanilla experience. So as requested, I'm going to go through all the mods and texture packs that I use that help me enhance the game. So the first half is going to contain the texture packs and the different texture packs I use. And the second half of the video will contain the mods. I'm going to leave timestamps below, so if you do want to skip ahead or go to a specific part of the video, so feel free to go ahead and do that. Also, I'm not going to go into detail about the mod settings and my texture pack settings, because if we were here, this might be a very super long video. I'm just going to give you the rundown of the mods and texture packs that I use, which hopefully you can edit yourself and see the preferences you like. Our first texture pack is to do with the continuity texture pack. Now, this texture pack also requires the continuity mod, which I'll get further in. What it essentially does, it connects the textures together. Glass block is the perfect example of this demonstration because you can see the grids within the glass texture, but with continuity this will all become a solid block. With the texture pack loaded in, we can see the grid shapes are no longer visible for all of the different glass. There are other blocks that are affected, but glass is the biggest example of how textures are connected and it looks more cleaner. So rather than having those grids, our visibility just improves massively. The next texture change is to do with the font. So usually Minecraft has this font right here. It's the basic Minecraft font for all of these. But the texture pack I have enabled is the Qrafty's font, which changes how the way fonts look. So when enabled, it makes it more capitalized, makes it look more Minecrafty, if that makes sense. Everything looks more clean, looks more simple, and yeah, everything just changes into this blocky state, whether it be on the signs or when you are talking. The next texture pack is to do with how experience orbs are laid out. So this is the usual, wow, that is pretty quick. This is the usual experience orbs. They are usually round and they come like this. They're circular shapes. But with star experiences, they change into a more starry shape. It makes the experience orb look more aesthetically pleasing and just a bit more different. Usually Minecraft's base form of the game has a white interface, whether it's opening chests, going into your inventory, going into the settings, everything is just brighter. But the texture pack I have equipped is default dark mode, and this just makes it so this is dark mode rather than the light form, and it makes everything less straining to the eye if you play in the night like me and just want to have a more less eye straining experience. And this one is for anyone who uses like simple chat mode. And if you do have icons enabled, you can see on the bottom left of my screen that we have a microphone. But with a texture pack called Dark Icons, it makes the icons in line with the default dark mode, making a dark appearance. So when equipped, rather than having the white outline, it has a darker outline and it just looks more pleasing to the eyes. The next texture pack is a pretty popular texture pack and it's Vanilla Tweaks. For anyone who haven't heard it, it basically is a website that you can go into and they have a range of customizability from textures to data packs. But I use the texture pack and there are many few tweaks I've added. For example, 3D. The ladders, rails, even my bookshelves have that slight 3D-ness to them. I did not include this. And yeah, it just adds a bit more to the texture because usually without it, it is flat. And another aspect to it is having twinkling stars. Usually Minecraft doesn't have twinkling stars, but when it turns nighttime, the stars in the night sky twinkle, which is a nice change and I really like it. Just adds a bit more to the Minecraft whole experience. But yeah, there are a range of customizability from the bushy leaves to many things. I think you should just go to the website, check what you think you would like, have fun with and experiment to see the different things that you can do. Another texture pack is with Fresh Animation Texture Pack, and it's one of the biggest growing texture packs, I think. And if you haven't heard it, what it essentially does, it changes the entity models and makes them more lively. So as you can see, the wolf friend here, his tail starts waggling. Sometimes they'll lie down. The cat would like lick his fur. Oh, right there you go. And Q will lick his paws to groom himself. And there are many things like the iron golem having more animations, the villagers being more cheeky with the eyebrows lifting. But yeah, there's many different animation styles and each mob has their own variation of animation. So yeah, it's quite nice. It makes the world more lively. But that's all for the texture packs that I use. It's not that much and it doesn't break the game. But now we're going to be moving on to the mods and the different mods that I use. The first mod that I use is 3D Skin Layer. And as the name suggests, it makes the skin 3D. So usually Minecraft, if you look at my skin right now, it has these pixels. It's filled in. Usually Minecraft would not fill in those pixels and it would be hovering. But with 3D skin layer, it fixes that issue and makes the skin how it should be intended to. The next mod is probably the greatest building mod out there, and it's revolutionizing building, and that is Axiom. So if you've seen this one hotbar slot that I've had for the entire video length, this is Axiom, and it does many cool things. It helps you build. So if you want to learn build or just need building to be much more efficient and easier, then this is good. On the base surface, it has many things such as erase, set symmetry, you can extrude, you can smith, stack, clone. And if we give an example, if we want to move this landmass, we can move it all the way here and it will move it. For example, these leaf blocks, if I want to move it all the way there for whatever reason, they move just like that. There are many features with it, such as you can increase your movement speed. If you're in a test world, you can just start flying around if you really want. And there are many options here that allows you to do many things, such as replace mode. So if I get like a leaf block, I can easily replace the grass block without breaking it. So it's really helpful. Now that's on the surface. If we really want to get technical, we can also press shift. There are many tools right here. It looks complicated, but if you do watch a few tutorials, you can understand what these all do. They help you like create elevations within areas, slopes, gradients, and many different tools that Axiom provides. Many options up here. But yeah, I think just going to different tutorials would really help, and I do recommend this to help you build. The next mod is Better Clouds, and it's right up there. So usually vanilla clouds are just solid, but better clouds are just better clouds. They have many different variation in shapes. They also move, they go different sizes, and really adds life to the game. I generally think this is really a good addition. It doesn't change the base layer of the game either, and it enhances the gameplay. It just makes it more immersive. Not to mention, whenever it starts raining, it does get more thicker, it gets darker, and it just really helps immerse the game. Makes it easy, simple, and really nice. Another mod that I have yet to delve in too deep, but really is really helpful, is Better F3. Usual Minecraft F3 is just super ugly and really gets in your way, but with Better F3, everything is color coded. It makes it easier to find things such as spawn chunks if I ever need it, or your position, anything to be honest. Not to mention, it allows you to edit the settings too, the left side, the right side, and the general settings with wherever you want, and change the color system to match your preferences, making it really super useful actually. The next feature is a simple blur effect. Now, I think Minecraft did add blurs to when you open the game, when you go to your settings, but I don't think every container has a blur. As self-explanatory as it is, it just blurs the background when opening container, like a chest maybe. You can open a chest and it blurs the background. It just makes everything more clear and helps you focus on certain aspects of what you want to focus on without getting distracted by the background, like that villager shaking his head. The next mod is Bobby, and I think everyone has heard of Bobby before, but what it allows you to do is increase your render distance to an even higher result. Base Minecraft has 32 render distance as its highest chunk, but this bypasses it, allowing me to go to 64 chunks. And this is super useful if you really have a NASA computer at home and that you can handle 128 chunks or wherever. But yeah, you can see super far with this. It makes Minecraft super fun and does break your computer sometimes. Okay, I think all the chunks have loaded, and this is 64 chunks. Maybe it's still loading, I'm not too sure, but yeah, as you can see, we can see pretty far. We can see as far as we want. Not only that, we can increase it to 128, 256, as much as we want. And if my PC can handle it, which it can't, then yeah, everything can be rendered and it looks super cool. Going back to the bottle of enchanting, if you start placing all these bottle of enchanting in the same place, usually Minecraft would have many different experience on the floor, but the mod I'm using is called Clumps, and it reduces lag. So experience actually does increase lag if there's a lot of it, but with Clumps, it clumps up the things together. So if you see, I'm going to start spamming, and we should have a lot of experience, but not as many as we think we should, because they all get clumped together and you get the same results. I probably went up to level 5 right there, and it's the same thing, but it just clumps them up and really enhances the performance of your game without it lagging too much. The next mod is continuity, and going back full loop to the first ever texture pack I showed you. What this does, it allows the textures to be continuous, like the glass blocks that I showed you. The next mods are the entity texture features and entity model features, and what these mods do together, it allows the fresh animations to be compatible and work. So this iron golem is able to move like this, and its textures and model is all smooth without it breaking. These don't do much other than help bring the compatibility with the fresh animations texture pack. Another mod is EntityCulling, which is more of a performance mod once again, and I don't know the logistics and specifics behind it, but I believe what it is it doesn't render entities that aren't being seen by the player. So what that means is entities that I cannot see, so maybe in the caves or maybe I have a mob farm behind me, won't be registered, but the iron golem, the cat, the wolf, the villager, they'll be registered, even the squid there. It just helps performance and reduces lag. And I've been saying essentially a lot, because that's the next mode, essential mode, and that was a really bad segue. But the essential mode is super useful actually, and I think you guys should use it. Minecraft Java Edition has really bad stability or capability when hosting servers. We have to do some really long process. In order to join our friends, we need to either make a server, which is pretty difficult. But what Essential does is this feature. So as you can see on that side, we have a lot of settings. We can host worlds and we can join our friends, making joining worlds with friends or family much more easier, especially LAN servers, which is for some reason really hard to do. Not only that, it provides really good options. If we press B, it allows you to add cosmetics and many things. And also your outfit, you can have many different outfits without logging out of Minecraft just to change to different ones. For example, if I really want this scythe cosmetic, then I can, and I'll have it within the game. The next mod is Ferritcore, which is another performance enhancing mod. I think it reduces the amount of memory being used because Minecraft does use a lot of unnecessary amount of memory. So it's just a performance mod which helps the performance of Minecraft. Another mod that I've recently added is Flashback. If everyone knows what replay mod is, then this is basically the replay mod, but a better version in my opinion. And what it does, it allows you to start recording, and like replay mod, once you start recording, you can move around, do many things, and after that, you can finish the recording, pause, or even cancel it. But once you do, you can rename it to wherever you want, and then you can save it or delete it, or even create a zip file, which is pretty cool. And then this icon on the main menu, you click it, and then you can start editing it. And it's the same people who made Axiom, I believe. They also made this amazing mod here, and it looks scary at the start, but it allows many different features. We have a timeline with many options at the top, and we can also do many cool things. For example, if we really want to, we can render the player or not. We can change the sky, add a nice green screen if we want, and change the color. It allows many customizability, and overall it's pretty useful. Not to mention, if you want to skip like 50 minutes ahead, there is no loading screen, it just does everything seamlessly. Freecam's another new mod that I've recently added to my mod collection. Freecam is super useful when you're playing survival, because rather than needing to go maybe like 100 blocks back just to check a building, you can go to Freecam and then you can go back and check the building out or wherever you want to really look at from afar. It really helps. Another optimizing mod is immediately fast, and what this does, it optimizes rendering in Minecraft. Once again, I don't know the logistics behind this, but all it does, it helps rendering things more optimized and more smoothly, I believe. The next mod is dynamic lighting, and for anyone who hasn't heard it, this is pretty popular too, but it's really good during the nighttime or during dark caves, because when holding an item that produces light, it allows light to be produced around you. You can drop it and it will produce light. This works for anything that produces light. And also, depending on the light level, it produces different types of light levels. As you can see, the lantern, the torch, and the redstone torch produces different light levels. A mod for any builders or anyone who really wants to place a schematic of a building or a farm on their world should definitely get Litematica. I use this for building. It's really useful when you're building something in creative mode and want to replicate it back into survival. So you can open the settings. There's many different options like the schematic placement, load schematics, configure menus. But once you've got the schematic loaded that you want, you can also render it into the world and then you can start building it. So this is a train station that I recently built in my survival let's play. Not only does it show you what blocks to place, it also shows you the quantity of blocks needed. So go into like schematic placement, configure and material list. It tells you all the cobblestone, all the polished steel plate, every single material that this build requires, and you can start gathering it. And if you get the right amount, it will make the quantity green. Not only that, it helps you like find areas where you might want to place it to see if it looks nice, and if you like it in that spot. Lithium is another optimizing mod for Minecraft. It helps optimize Minecraft much more smoothly, a range of performance enhancing mods. I recommend it if you need a boost in FPS and performance. Is super useful. The next mod is logical zoom. Throughout the video I've been zooming into my face with the keybind C, and all it does, it helps you zoom into things that are further away. It's similar to the spyglass, but rather than having a need for spyglass, you can press a certain key and zoom in to wherever you want. The next mod is really tricky to say. It's Malilib. I definitely butchered that. But what this mod is, library full of mods. I'm not too sure the details behind this mod, but all I know is different mods need this in order to operate. Another mod that I use is called mod menu, and this is the mod menu itself. It just puts all the mods in a menu system, so you can see every single mod. Not only that, you can edit the mods by configuring it, and then you can change the level of details or whatever you need to do. The next one is no resource pack warnings, which disables any warning when you have an outdated texture pack, because it's really annoying to keep having it on the top right of your screen. The next mod is to do with rain or thunder. So as it's raining, the rain particles is actually more clear. It's less dense than the original Minecraft rain. I find out that the original rain in Minecraft is really hazy, really bad quality when you're trying to look. But this rain makes everything more simple. Not only does it affect the rain, you can change the color, the density, and also it's pretty light. It also affects the snow, and I believe it does produce sandstorms. Okay, so we're in my survival world because this is the simple fog control, and the best way to showcase this is through buildings. So if you see, I've had this fog effect that really enhances the game and immerses it. But if you look at my brewery, we can see there's fog, and this just puts the perspective of distance in Minecraft. If I disable the fog, we can see that the fog is gone, and it looks a bit, doesn't look as clean as you might think. The perspective is much gone, and everything just looks less immersive and more clear, which if you do like this more, then I don't recommend getting this. But if you really have wanted the fog to increase your immersiveness and enhance the gameplay, I recommend getting it, because with it, as you can see, stunning visuals like this can only happen through this. And also, if you really like the old versions of Minecraft, the fog controls are back, because old version of Minecraft had fog, and for some reason new version removed it. So this is super nostalgic as well for anyone who really wants the same experience of old Minecraft. Another mod is simple voice chat. If you ever want to have proximity in a world without going into Discord and really want to improve the, once again, immersion when playing with your friends, then you can enable your voice chat. And what it does is, if you start unmuting it, we can see that on the bottom left, that every time I speak and don't speak, the mic will go on and off. And for anyone in the world, they can hear you in a radius, and as they get further away, they hear your voice less. But the closer they get, they hear you, which improves the immersiveness of the game and really makes the game come to life, and also allows you to do some sneaky pranks. Sodium is essential, and I think everyone should have it if you're using the Fabric mod API. And what this does, it improves Minecraft's performance. Right now I'm getting around 150 FPS, around there, but without Sodium I would probably be getting around maybe 80 to 100. Sodium really helps FPS boost and many other things. Just improves your Minecraft experience without any stutter, because Minecraft Java is known to be super laggy. The next mod is Sodium Shadowy Pathway, and without this mod, you won't get this shadow on the pathway or path blocks. Without it, there won't be any shadow, and it'll be a full bright block, which really makes it super ugly. But this brings back the shadow that it once had. The next mod is World Edit, and this is also another building mod that helps builders. So if you really want to get to building or want to make building much more easier, then this is super useful. If I get an axe, I can easily do things such as move things, or maybe set this, maybe replace the entire area with spruce planks, or if I didn't really like it, I can undo it. this has a lot of features that you're gonna have to explore by yourself. But similar to Axiom, this is super useful and has certain features that Axiom doesn't that might help you build. And for the final mod, I am using Fabric API, which is the Fabric mod that allows me to run all these mods and also get this performance. There's also Optifine and other performance mods. Not to also mention, all these mods and texture pack can be found in the Modrinth website or CurseForge. Other than vanilla tweaks, which I'll leave a different link for vanilla tweaks, which you can check out all the different features vanilla tweaks offers. But this has been all the mods that I use, the texture packs that I use, everything that I use in order to enhance my gameplay. I also have a survival let's play if you want to check that out, which can be found on my channel. I would appreciate if you did check that out. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful for everyone, and hopefully maybe there are some mods that you guys use which maybe people in the comments would want to know. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you if I see you in my let's play video. Bye guys.